Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooldown Cave. This is the first guide of sorts on my channel so far, so let's just begin right away. I've tried to kind of like organise these tips, which are just things I wish I knew right from the beginning, or just useful things I found along the way, which can save a lot of time. Starting with tip number 1, here are the community centre bundles options and the advanced game options. If you want to complete it in year 1, you can ensure that the travelling merchant sells a red cabbage seed sometime during the first year. So you tick that and then you're good to go. And another useful option here is if you've played the game a bunch and you are getting a bit tired of the normal community centre bundles and you don't want to join Jojo Mart instead, or maybe you've already done that and you're just evil, but you can change this to remixed and all the items and it will be different. I'm going to keep that on normal. Okay, I'm just going to make a random person. Okay, so last thing for this intro section, I guess, is you can select the farm type, but I'll make a video on the different farm types, but I'm just going to leave it on standard for now. So moving on to tip number 2. After the beginning cutscene, so I'm just going to skip this right now, sorry grandpa. So now you're actually in the game, got my lovely character. I am going to go here onto options, and then you can see like tons of options. The one I'm going to talk about is the zoom level. I don't know why it's on 100%, I normally have it on like 90-ish. And this is also useful if you're trying to see to the back of rooms. Moving on to tip number 3. So once you've done the zoom setting, you want to go up to the top and hit always show tool hit location. So this basically brings up this red border so you know exactly where you're going to swing. And the other thing here, I hadn't actually done this until really recently because I always thought I'd hate it, but it's actually really useful because now it means I'm even less likely to like accidentally hit stuff. See, you can just like really like pinpoint where you want to hit. Tip number 4, every single day you want to be checking this TV. You get your weather report, beautiful sunny day tomorrow. So that's pretty useful for if you want to find out if it's raining, and we'll talk a little bit more about rain soon. And you get a fortune teller. Somewhat annoyed luck not on your side, so that means you'll be slightly more unlucky today. So if you're trying to get an item in the mines or something, like a randomized item, but the higher your luck, the higher chance you have, essentially. And then you have some other shows like Living Off the Land that I'm not sure how often that plays. You just get cool tips, so. And then there's also every Sunday the Queen of Sauce plays, so you get a recipe. You want to make sure you watch it when it comes up, because otherwise you have to wait for a rerun. I'm pretty sure that it's like on the 2-year timetables. Okay, moving on to tip number 5, we are going to need to get our parsnip seeds. This skirt's actually really cool. Okay, this is not actually what tip number 5 is going to be, but this is really annoying me. So you can see, obviously you can just click on the journal, but you can also hit the F key, which opens it, but it does tell you that. But I'm just going to open these because the flashing's like really getting on my nerves. But okay, so actually tip number 5. So when you're preparing the ground for crops, you accidentally click here instead of there. Oh no, what are you going to do? Use your pickaxe. I'm going to need to move on to my other farm, so sorry dude. Okay, so here's my farm. I'm like really far ahead to where the latest episode I've uploaded right now. So yeah, we're actually in summer right now. I'm like a whole season ahead of where I am, but yeah. Tip number 7 is to do with this shipping box next to your house. So you can obviously, if you stand next to it, you can left click on the box, you see it go in, it's in there. But you can also, what I just did was right click on the box, queue more items. No, don't eat it. Okay, this is going well. You can also put items in here. So say I accidentally put too many of these in, I can click on this one here, it returns it to me. But yeah, anything you put in here, Lewis comes in the night and collects it. It's a little creepy, but you know. Okay, so, you know, you can obviously just like individually buy these. Or you can hold down the shift key. Shift key is very useful. And buy stacks of 5. What do all these people have in common? A trash can. You can right click on it and search. That is so cool. I'm trying to show an example of me actually getting something from the trash, not the actual lid. Yes. Good on you, Clint. Okay, we got Joja Cola. It says trash, but Sam likes it, so is it really trash? Okay, so I spent so much time on that tip, but I got a hat out of it, so everything's fine. I found, so you want to be carrying your hoe around everywhere. So when you come across these, whack them. You get artifact, lost books, and there's a full list of like potential drops and stuff you can get, and I'll just like put that on the screen somewhere. You can move your fishing rod. So this is me like fishing normally. So go straight. But if you hold like the WSD keys, so I'll hold D. You can see goes to the right. So that's good if you want to like get to the deep water. So if you're here, you want to go like left, you can go to Robin's house. So I guess normally you'd buy like coops and stuff. However, you can go into the shop and you can buy a calendar, just like the one outside of Pierre's. You can place this in your house, wherever, and you don't have to keep walking there. Down here, spring onions. These are really good for energy. Look, 23, 13, 18. I bring these in mines with me all the time. So you want to forage in this outfit to get them, they only appear here. And just the word of warning, if you want to gift them to somebody, unless it's Harvey, Leah and Linus, don't, because everyone else doesn't like them for some reason. I haven't got many artifacts on this save file. Here, you can click on this. Would you like to rearrange? Yes. So now, move them where you like. A really good picture on a wiki. You'll know when a crop's harvestable. If you see this green plus, see this one doesn't have a green plus. So normally you can like left click or right click just individually to harvest them. However, you can hold down right click. I mean, this works if you have them like placed nicer, but even with ball placement, it's way quicker if you just hold down right click. You need money right now, because obviously the shipping box, you don't get it until the next day, but you can sell to crops to Pierre. You get the money right now, and the same goes for selling fish to Willy, so yeah, it's pretty useful. Instead of going in here checking fishing bundle, for example, you don't actually have to go to the community center, but you can actually check by this icon in your inventory. Go to the fish tank. Okay, there we can see all our bundles right now. But it's worth mentioning it, you can't actually donate the items from here, so you would actually have to go there and into the bundles and then put them in the slots. You can't do it from that icon. Swing back off the community center one, and that is that if you have something that like you don't know if it needs to be donated, instead of clicking on this icon and checking or actually going to the community center, then you can hover over an item that needs to be donated. Okay, wood for example. You can see the icons flashing, so I know I need to donate wood to the community center. Down here by, so Marnie's is just here. There's a traveling cart. So you can see like there's loads of items. Some of these can be like out of season, or they're just like rarer items. For example, duck fur, but you can't normally get these unless you have ducks. So if you miss something and you're trying to complete the community center quickly, then you can buy it here. And this is also where you'll find the red cabbage. If you click the complete community center in year 1, which I showed in tip number 1, you can see what loved, liked, neutral, disliked, and hated. So that will come up here, and then there's the different categories. That's good if you can't remember what gifts people do actually like. If you're trying to be friends with someone, always pet your animals. So you can see Snaz, it's got 1 heart, because I've been petting her every day, I think. So the more hearts you have, the better produce. And you can see here right now, they just produce regular eggs, but for chickens, for example, they'll produce large eggs once you have enough hearts. And they'll be best quality as well. Chickens and stuff also have other ways of getting points, but if you don't want to look into it too much, then basically just like let them out so you can eat grass and pet them every day. You should be good. And don't like trap them outside, that's like a big no-no. In the journal, when you start, it will say it will get you to build a coop, but before that you want to build a silo so you can store hay in it. And to get hay, you can scythe this grass. You see, comes up as hay. So I think that was on 236. So 237. So you just scythe a bunch of grass and it goes into there. However, you only really need to build 1 silo because you can place hay in chests. Because once you have a silo, your hay goes into this feeder, so that's why I get the hay in here. But assuming that's not full, you can take the hay out and then put it into your chest, because it just comes into your inventory as like just a normal stackable item. You don't want to scythe all of this. It's also good to leave some grass out, so then your animals will go to eat the grass, and that increases their friendship a lot. So on the beach there's loads of great forageables. Oh, are you kidding me? There's worms here now. So you see this question mark. With 300 pieces of wood, this could be thick, so that is really worth doing as soon as you can, because you get coral and you can get like a bit of money every day if you just forage down here, or almost every day. On the last day, so the 28th, you don't need to water your crops, because apart from like crops that carry on over to seasons and crops in your greenhouse, so you don't need to water them on the last day, or obviously rainy days, so they're good times to upgrade your watering can. Tip, most important tip, if you know where this is going, meet Elliott. In my opinion, okay, ignore that, he's actually being kind of nice for once, but he's like the worst villager. Like, come on, just like speak to him a bit. He's like really like pretty like arrogant, annoying. So you see this? You find trash while fishing in the trash. Just get some. See that present icon on Elliott? While you hover over him, right click, boom, save the day. This item gives me a terrible feeling. I'll have to dispose of it. Have fun doing that, Elliott. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the guide. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed these tips and found some of them useful. This isn't like a comprehensive guide or anything, just tips I like. I literally changed my mind so many times deciding which ones to include, but yeah, I hope this helped you out. If it did, please consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing, and remember to comment down below what you thought of the video, and if you have any tips of your own that I didn't include here, or just what your favourite tip was. Thanks for watching, bye!